today. All right. So hi, everyone. I just wanted to get started with today, MLA Made Easy with the Peer Support Services team. The quick agenda that I'm going to go over, my name is Kiba Smith. I'm the Peer Support Coordinator. And what I'm going to do is give you guys an introduction and a quick overview of the Peer Support Program. And then Emily, our English and Writing Tutor, is going to go over how to make MLA easy. So the Peer Support Program is a service that's brand new to TESU. It was launched at the university in November of 2011. This program is a great opportunity for students to connect with peer tutors and peer coaches who are current and former TESU students. So Emily is a current TESU graduate student. Peer Support Services has a support team which consists of a math tutor, an English and writing tutor, a support coordinator, and 3 peer coaches who are available to assist students as they navigate through their TESU experience. The peer support team is here to provide support, guidance, and strategies for overcoming any barriers students may encounter along their college journey. So what I want to do right now is just quickly go over our peer support Moodle page. I'm not sure if everybody's pretty familiar with it, but just to give you guys a live overview, this is the page where you can learn more about peer support. You can learn more about our coaches. You can reach out to us, and you can also connect with us via several options. So this is our peer support page. A little bigger. When you come onto our peer support page, the first thing you're going to see is our grand welcome. So welcome to our peer support program. It gives you a quick overview of why peer support is here and how it was formed. Also on the peer support, you'll see how you can connect with us, schedule an appointment, interact with the peer support team in our community forum, and connect with our peer support by sending us an email. I know a lot of you are familiar with our emails. We answer those within 24 hours. So to schedule an appointment, you'll first click here, and it's going to launch you to actually Smart Thinking. When you get launched to Smart Thinking, you simply click Login as a student, and it's going to give you access to the options that we have. If you guys want to become familiar with our dashboard here, this is one option where you can reach out to us and we can actually walk you through this. Additional options you have of reaching out to us include, you can meet with us on Zoom, you can meet with us via Teams, and of course, via email, we'll communicate with everyone. So another section that you guys can communicate with, not just your peers, but our coaches and tutors as well, is our community forums. So in our community forums, you'll find 3 sections. We have an English and writing section, we have a math section, and we have a general discussion section. English and math, any topics you may want, any questions you may have for Emily, you can reach her here. Any topics you want to discuss with other students, this is available here. Same for math. And under our general discussion, this is where you discuss anything that may come up, and our coaches will actually be here in this specific tab to communicate with you. Again, all 3 tabs are open to all students as well. So if you want to have a conversation or you want to also help out a fellow student because you have the answer to that question, we are very open and free to have you post that question there. And again, we have the contact us. You can directly click the email link and it'll launch up, and you can reach out to any one of us via this mailbox. We're all in the mailbox, and again, we will try our best and get back to you within 24 hours. On our page, we also have some facts and some resources. Here, you'll actually see the webinars that we have from our April session, and this is where the June sessions are going to be posted as well. There's some facts about some questions you may have if you're thinking, I want to ask, I'm not sure, it may be there in there. And if you need deeper details from that, again, please feel free to reach out to us. And to the bottom of our page, even though many of you may have met some of our coaches, tutors, and myself, we each have a profile up here to give you a little bit more information about ourselves. So feel free to come on if you want to kind of get a picture to know us. If you're not in the webinar yet to see something, see us live, you can kind of get to know a little bit more about us underneath our Make the Peer support. Okay. So now we're actually going to have MLA Made Easy. It's a tongue twister. Emily is going to actually walk through this with you all here today. So I know I'm going to give you the right to share screen, Emily. Let me know if you need that back.
Perfect. Thanks, Keith. I think that just worked. Can you see that okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, hi everyone. As Kiva said, my name is Emily and I'm an English and Writing peer tutor for TESU's Peer Support Program. I'm a graduate student at TESU, currently pursuing my MBA, and I earned my bachelor's degree from TESU as well. So tonight we're going to make formatting papers to MLA style easy. So I'm going to walk you through formatting step by step. So if you're joining this webinar from a computer or laptop, I would recommend opening Microsoft Word so that you can follow along with me and create a template to use for future assignments. Okay, so let's get started. So upon opening Microsoft Word, the first thing you want to do is set your paper's margins to 1 inch on each side. So we'll do this by clicking the Layout tab up here in the ribbon, and then we'll select Margins, and then you'll just pick Normal. Next, you'll need to set your line spacing to double spaced. So we'll do that by clicking the Home tab, and then we'll select the line and paragraph spacing option, which is right here. And then we'll just pick 2.0, that's double spacing. And you'll see that this line and paragraph spacing button, it looks like 4 black horizontal lines next to 2 blue up and down arrows. That's just the line and paragraph spacing button there. Okay, so now we want to set our font and font size to 12 point Times New Roman, as this is the font and size recommended by the MLA style. So again, we'll just go up to the Home tab, and then up here you'll pick Times New Roman, and then 12 point. So as easy as that. Okay, so next we'll set up our page numbers. So we're going to do this by clicking on the Insert tab. Let me just move these Zoom tools over a little bit. So we'll go Insert tab, and then we'll click Page Number, Top of Page, and then you want to pick plain number 3 because that will put your page number in the top right corner of each page. Then once you've done that, you're going to want to double click on that first page number, and you may have to double click twice until it highlights it. Then you're going to pick your Home tab, and you're going to select again Times New Roman and 12 point, because oftentimes I've found that Microsoft Word, it'll default to a font that probably isn't the font you chose. So it's just always good to pick it on that first page number, and it will select it for all of the remaining pages. Now, before we close out of that, you're going to click to the left of that first page number, and you're going to type in your last name and then a space. And then we'll click the Header and Footer tab again and close Header and Footer. And you'll see if you scroll down, each page thereafter keeps your last name and then the next new page number. Okay. So now we're ready to add our course information to the top of your page. So the very first line of your page is going to be your name. And you'll see I've listed my name right here. Then on the next line, you'll type professor and then your course mentor's name. So this might say, for instance, Professor Jane Doe. Then on the next line, you'll type your course's title. No course code needed here, unlike with APA style, just your course title. And underneath that, you can type the date that you're submitting your paper to your course mentor. And this will be in day, month, year format with no commas. Lastly, on the next line, you're going to insert your assignment's title centered. As you'll see, I have written assignment 1 here. Now, a common misconception that I see with students is that you have to create a thesis-like title for each of your assignments. Not true. So at TESU, unless your assignment or course mentor requests that you create a title for your paper, you're going to insert the name of the assignment here. So this may be written assignment 1 or final paper, for example. All right, well, now for the fun part, you can begin typing your paper. That's all it took to get it ready to go. So the body of your paper will begin on the line directly below your assignment's title. So you'll just press the Enter key on your keyboard to begin another line here underneath the title. And you want to change your text back to a line left. So again, you just go to paragraph and a line left right here. And then just remember to indent the first line of each new paragraph like I've done here by pressing the Tab key on your keyboard. So you can see writing in MLA style, I've got indented. Don't forget to indent it, indented. We've got lots of tongue twisters in the webinar tonight. Also, whenever you use someone's words or ideas, be sure to cite them. So to cite someone's words or ideas, there are a couple of options. You can either directly quote someone word for word, or you can paraphrase them, which means that you explain someone else's words or thoughts in your own words. Now, when citing someone, you need to include an in-text citation and a works cited page entry. An in-text citation can be in the form of a narrative citation, where you directly include the author's name as part of the information, such as you can see down here with my narrative citation examples. According to Smith, then you put your text, and then you have here in parentheses the page or paragraph number. In this case, it was page number 371. Or you could put Smith and the paragraph or page number in parentheses found, blah, blah, blah. So a narrative citation is basically you're implementing their work into your work in a conversational style. The other option an in-text citation can be in is a parenthetical citation. So this is where you place the citation information at the end of the sentence in parentheses. So you can see here I have an example of this as well. You have your information, and then at the end of the quotation or paraphrase, we just have Smith 371 in parentheses.
Hey, Emily.
Yes.
Really quick, before you go further, we have two questions. One was in regard to, after this, will you send out an example template to everyone who attended?
Absolutely will. I actually have that ready.
Okay, and
You're thinking ahead.
this one was in regards to the title. Can you include a title under the name of the assignment?
Include the title under the name of the assignment. Do you mind to give me just a little bit more detail what you're thinking there? Like, do you mean placing it under the name, or like giving it a name of an assignment? Just so I make sure I understand what you're asking.
Meaning, can you give it a name? Like, I guess instead of like written assignment, do you mean give it a title, or do you write just written assignment? Am I getting that correct, Jana? If I'm saying that right. So she put example assignment 1. Okay. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Can you see that in the chat, Emily?
Let me try this real quick here.
So she put example assignment 1 and then The Boy Who Cried Wolf, as in, do you give assignment 1 a title? I think I'm getting that.
Ah, that makes sense. So no, in this case, unless again, like your course mentor or the assignment actually asked you to give the assignment a title or to name it, you will strictly just put written assignment 1. It should just be evident in your work, what your work is about.
Okay. She said, gotcha.
I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so we've looked over the ways to cite someone's words or ideas. So we looked at direct quoting and paraphrasing. So again, direct quoting is quoting someone word for word, and paraphrasing is explaining someone else's words or thoughts in your own words. And then we looked at, for in-text citations, either a narrative citation, which is like according to Smith, then a page or paragraph number in parentheses, or Smith, page or paragraph number in parentheses, found. And then the second option is a parenthetical citation where blah, 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 whatever the information is that you found, and then in parentheses at the end of the quote or paraphrase, Smith, page or paragraph number. So Smith 371 in parentheses. The easy thing with MLA style is that your in-text citation will only include the author's last name and the page or paragraph number, and that's it, unlike APA style. And if it's a direct quote, just remember to place quotation marks around the quoted information, even if it's only 2 words. Just do remember to place those quotation marks around. Now, lastly, as you type your paper and cite sources in text, you'll also need to add a corresponding entry for each source into a Works Cited page. So to create a Works Cited page, you'll begin a new page, and you'll type Works Cited at the top, centered like I have here. Now with each Works Cited page entry, you will indent the second and beyond line of each entry, which is pretty much the opposite of indenting paragraphs in the body of your paper. So you can see I've done that here. With this first source, the second line's indented. And again, you just do that by pressing your tab key, sometimes pressing enter and then tab. Now, each Works Cited entry will essentially consist of, in order, the author, the work's title, and the source information. So the organization or publisher, the date. And if the source is an online source, such as a website, and there is no date, you will place accessed and then the day, month, period, year at the end of the citation. So again, accessed, day, month, year. And dates and Works Cited page entries follow a format of day, abbreviated month, so 3 letters and a period, year. That's all you have to remember there. You'll see at the end of this as well, and also someone mentioned in the chat, I'll be including a link in the chat box that details how to format Works Cited entries by source type. So whether it be a book, an online article, an image, It's got an example for each of those. Because depending on the source, it varies whether you use quotation marks, italics. It's best just to follow these examples and format right how they show. It makes it really easy, I've found. Now, a couple of quick notes. Works cited page entries should be in alphabetical order from A to Z. If one of your entries starts with the word the, THE, you'll alphabetize the source according to the second word of that entry. You'll still keep the right there at the beginning, but just alphabetize using the second word. Additionally, if there are two authors, a parenthetical in-text citation will use and spelled out in between the two authors' last names. You can see I've done that here, Ross and Quadrado 371. Now the works cited page entry for two authors is a little bit strange. I'm going to highlight this here so you can see this as I go along here. The format is going to be the first author's name, last name, comma, first name, and then and spelled out. And then the second author's first name, last name, period. So that's one of just the few strange quirks of MLA style. So you see I've got Ross, comma, Leah, comma, and Rafael Quadrado. So it flips when you get to that second author. Now to make things easier, if there are three or more authors, the parenthetical citation will just use the first author's name plus et al, period, and then of course your page or paragraph number, as you can see I have here. So Jiang et al 371 being the page or paragraph number. Again, the works cited entry is just as easy for three or more authors. We'll have the last name, comma, first name, comma, et al, period. So I've got here Jiang being the last name, comma, Sheng, the first name, comma, et al, period. So try to find sources with three or more authors. It's much easier. Okay, now if the author is a website, journal, or organization, you're going to omit the authors and just start with the article title. Lastly, if you ever can't find what kind of source you're trying to cite in the example list that I'll link to, then you can search Google for the MLA Styles website and what you're trying to cite. For example, citing journal article MLA style is typically how I'd start a Google search. And then click on the links that take you directly to the MLA Styles website, which is style.mla.org. Some outside references, such as Purdue OWL, are often recommended, but I found recently that they're oftentimes out of date or incorrect. So they just get a little outdated. It's best to go straight to the Styles website if you can. And you'll see I'll include some links. They actually have their own blog and FAQs where there's a lot of specific questions if you can't find it in their help pages. So I think you'll be able to find most things on the MLA site. And if you can't, you can always send things to me, offline questions, which I'll go over at the end here. So again, I'll share some links here at the end for how to format papers for MLA style, how to format works cited page entries based on the source type, such as book, online article, or another type of source like an image. I'll include a diagram of works cited entry components with a practice template that's really, really helpful, I found. As well as some example papers in MLA style I think you guys will like, and then the link to the MLA styles blog and FAQs, which offer a lot of information on specific formatting questions. So that's it. You're now ready to write papers in MLA style. I hope you found that it wasn't as hard as you were thinking. It's actually easier than APA style. You just have to kind of wrap your mind around the differences. So if you have any questions on MLA style, feel free to raise your hand using the little raise hand icon, and you can ask them now. Otherwise, if you'd like to submit assignments to me for review, even drafts while you're working on them, or ask any offline questions, or you can even have a live session with me, just email us at peersupport@tesu.edu, or access the peer support program like Kiva showed in Moodle by going to mycourses.tesu.edu and click on our peer support program course. So thank you all for attending tonight, and I'll look forward to see if anyone has any questions, but I really enjoyed this webinar with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Does anyone have any questions for Emily? Any live questions? I know she's about to post a link, so don't leave yet. Just wait and check out that chat. Emily's going to post some very resourceful links that will definitely help you out a lot with MLA.
There should be 5 links in total will come through here.
So I just got the first one, which is MLA style formatting. She just posted MLA style works cited entries. One is a practice template and one is with books. Okay.
There we go. That should be all 5.
All right. And again, thank you everyone for joining. You guys can come off mute, post anything else in the chat if you have any additional questions for Emily. Or as you know, we both stated, she can easily be accessed via our email, via our Moodle page, however you guys want to communicate with us, Emily being here. Okay. If no one has any questions, again, thank you guys for joining us. And I really hope that this information was resourceful and we do hear from you soon. Have a great night.
Thank you all. Good night, everyone.